Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. The house was unusually still that Saturday, with the absence of my parents who were away on a weekend holiday and my sister Emily at her friend's house. This rare solitude presented a precious opportunity for me, David, to indulge in my secret passion, crossdressing. I had always felt a compelling urge to dress in women's clothes, finding comfort and a sense of identity in them. Today, with the house all to myself, I decided to seize the chance. I started by selecting my outfit with care. My choice was a soft, mint green sundress that Emily had bought last summer but rarely wore. Its fabric was smooth and cool to the touch, adorned with delicate white flowers. I slipped it over my head, feeling the light material fall gently around my body, the skirt swirling just above my knees. It felt liberating, a stark contrast to the typical jeans and t-shirts I was confined to. Next, I carefully chose a pair of white, lace-trimmed socks and slid them up my calves. They reached just below my knees, creating a playful yet sophisticated look. For shoes, I picked a pair of Emily's ballet flats, simple, black, and surprisingly comfortable. Standing in front of the mirror, I admired how they completed the outfit, lending an elegance to my otherwise masculine frame. My attention then turned to my hair. I was fortunate to have naturally long blonde hair, which I usually kept tied back. Today, I let it loose, cascading over my shoulders and down my back. I brushed it meticulously, enjoying the sensation of the bristles running through the soft strands. Once satisfied with its smoothness, I experimented with different styles before settling on a half-up, half-down look, securing it with a small, pearl-embellished hair clip I found amongst Emily's accessories. Makeup was the final frontier, a skill I had secretly practiced but never perfected. I approached Emily's makeup bag with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. I started with the foundation, applying it evenly across my face to smooth out my complexion. Then I cautiously worked with a palette of eyeshadows, choosing subtle shades of pink and beige that complemented my dress. The mascara was trickier, but I managed to coat my lashes without smudging. A touch of blush to my cheeks added a healthy glow, and I finished with a swipe of light pink lipstick, admiring the transformation in the mirror. Standing back, I took in the full effect. The person looking back at me from the mirror was almost unrecognizable. The dress, the makeup, the hair, they all merged to reveal a side of me that had always been hidden. For the first time, I felt a sense of completeness, a harmony between my inner self and my outer appearance. I spent the morning exploring this newfound identity, walking around the house, getting used to the feel of the dress, the shoes, the light makeup. It was a world away from my everyday life, a secret garden where I could be my true self, if only for a few hours. But as I twirled in front of the living room mirror, lost in the moment, I failed to hear the front door opening. It wasn't until I saw Emily's reflection in the mirror, her eyes wide with surprise, that I realized my private world had been intruded upon. My heart sank as I turned to face her. Emily stood in my doorway, looking very surprised. "David, why are you wearing my dress?" she asked. Her voice was full of questions. I felt scared and didn't know what to say. My heart was beating fast, and my hands felt cold. I like to dress like this sometimes," I finally said, looking at the floor. "It makes me feel happy." Emily walked into the room and sat on the bed. She looked at me, not angry but thinking, "I never knew this about you, David." "It's okay, you can tell me more," she said softly. Taking a deep breath, I sat next to her. "I've always felt different. When I wear dresses, do my hair, and put on makeup, I feel like myself. I know it's not usual for boys, but it's how I feel," I explained, feeling a bit better as I talked. Emily listened carefully. "So dressing like this, does it have a special meaning for you?" she asked. "Yes," I replied. "When I'm dressed like this, I feel like I'm not just David. I feel like Davina." "Davina?" Emily smiled a little. "That's a pretty name. So when you're dressed up, You want to be called Davina? I nodded, feeling a mix of relief and happiness. Yes, Davina, it feels right. Emily stood up and looked at me. Well, Davina, we have the whole weekend. Let's do something fun. How about a makeover? I can help you with your makeup and hair. My eyes lit up. Really? That would be amazing, Emily. So for the rest of the weekend, Emily helped me. She showed me how to put on makeup better and how to do different hairstyles. We even picked out a few more outfits from her closet. It was fun, and I felt so happy. Emily was really nice and didn't make me feel weird. On Sunday, Emily had an idea. Let's go to the salon. You can get a proper haircut and style. It'll be fun. At the salon, Emily and I walked in, and I could feel my heart racing. The place was filled with the sound of hair dryers and the smell of shampoo and hair products. I saw mirrors everywhere, with people getting their hair cut and styled. Emily spoke to the hairdresser, a lady with bright red hair and a warm smile. This is Davina, Emily introduced me. She's looking for a new hairstyle, something that will make her feel more like herself. The hairdresser, whose name tag read Lisa, smiled at me. Nice to meet you, Davina. Let's find the perfect style for you. She led me to a chair in front of a large mirror. The chair was comfy, and I settled into it, feeling a bit nervous but excited. Lisa started by washing my hair. The water was warm and felt nice on my head. She used a sweet-smelling shampoo that made lots of bubbles. Her fingers massaged my scalp, and it was so relaxing. I closed my eyes and enjoyed the feeling. After rinsing my hair, Lisa gently towel-dried it and then combed it out. She asked me what kind of style I was thinking about. I wasn't sure, so Emily showed her some pictures on her phone of hairstyles we liked. Lisa nodded and began to cut my hair. She snipped and trimmed, and I watched as my hair began to take on a new shape. It was shorter than before, but it framed my face in a way that made me feel really pretty. Lisa then used a hairdryer to dry my hair, and it felt warm and cozy. She styled it with some mousse, giving it volume and a bit of a curl. When she was done, I looked in the mirror and couldn't believe it was me. The person staring back had soft, beautifully styled hair that accentuated my features. I felt like Davina, not just David in a dress. Emily clapped her hands. You look amazing, Davina! Lisa handed me a mirror to see the back of my hair. It was perfect. Thank you so much, I said to Lisa, my voice full of gratitude. Emily paid for the haircut, and we left the salon. Outside, the sun was shining, and I felt like a new person. We spent the rest of the day walking around, shopping for a few more clothes for Davina. Emily was supportive and helped me pick out things that looked good on me. My hair was shiny and fell around my face beautifully. I couldn't stop smiling. The rest of the day, we talked and laughed. Emily started calling me Davina, and it felt so good to hear that. I felt like I was finally showing who I really was. As the weekend ended, I knew I had to tell Mom and Dad. I was scared, but Emily said she would help me. She was the best sister ever. I felt lucky to have her. The weekend with Emily was the best. I got to be Davina and felt happier than I ever had. When Monday came, Mom and Dad returned from their trip. Emily and I were both nervous. We sat in the living room waiting for them. I was wearing one of my new outfits, a light blue skirt and a white blouse. My hair was still styled from the salon, and I had a little bit of makeup on. Emily held my hand for support. Hi, kids! We're home! Mom called as they walked in. They stopped when they saw me. Their faces showed surprise. Dad, Mom, this is Davina, Emily said gently. Davina is who David really is on the inside. She likes to dress in girls' clothes and be herself. Mom and Dad looked at each other, then at me. Davina, Mom said softly. Is this true, David? I took a deep breath. Yes, Mom, I feel happy when I dress like this. It's who I really am. I wanted to tell you for a long time. Mom and Dad were quiet for a moment. Then Dad walked over and sat next to me. Davina, it's a lot for us to understand, but we love you. We just want you to be happy. Mom nodded. Yes, we might need some time to get used to this, but we're here for you. I felt a big relief. They didn't get angry or upset. They just wanted to understand and support me. Emily squeezed my hand, smiling. Over the next few months, things started to change. I began to live as Davina more and more. At home, I wore the clothes I liked and did my hair and makeup. One particular morning, I stood in front of my mirror, experimenting with a palette of eyeshadows. I chose shades that matched my outfit for the day, a dress that Emily had helped me pick out. It was a lovely lavender color with a floral pattern, and it flowed softly to just above my knees. The fabric was light, perfect for the mild spring weather. After carefully applying my makeup, a hint of blush, some mascara to accentuate my eyes, and a subtle pink lipstick, I headed to school. My hair, which I had grown out over the past months, was styled in gentle waves, framing my face. I felt a sense of pride as I walked through the school gates, my ballet flats clicking softly against the pavement. At school, my classmates' reactions varied, but one thing was clear. I was no longer invisible. I stood out, and it was both thrilling and intimidating. Throughout the day, I received compliments about my dress and hair. Each kind word boosted my confidence a little more. During lunch, I sat with a group of girls who had become my friends. We talked about typical teenage things, music, movies, and, of course, fashion. They were fascinated by my transformation and often asked for beauty tips. I found joy in these conversations, feeling a sense of belonging that had eluded me for so long. After school, Emily and I often went shopping together. She had an eye for style and helped me choose outfits that made me feel beautiful and comfortable. We would spend hours in different stores, trying on various dresses and tops, laughing and sharing opinions. These shopping trips were more than just about clothes. They were moments where I connected deeply with Emily, strengthening our bond as siblings. One afternoon, after a particularly successful shopping trip, Emily and I decided to experiment with makeup at home. We laid out all the products we had, eyeshadows, lipsticks, blushes, and more. It was like a treasure trove of colors and possibilities. Emily showed me how to blend eyeshadows for a smoky eye effect, and I tried my hand at contouring. We took turns doing each other's makeup, giggling at our mistakes and applauding our successes. These moments with Emily were precious, but she slowly seemed to stop enjoying our time together. One day, Grandma came to visit. She smiled at me and said, "Davina, your hair looks so lovely today." I thanked her, feeling happy. But then I noticed Emily. She had spent a long time doing her hair too, but Grandma didn't say anything about it. Emily tried to smile, but I could see she was sad. Another day at school, a classmate saw me and said, "Davina, I love your hairstyle." I was happy to hear it, but then I saw Emily. She was standing a little away from us, and she looked upset. She had done her hair the same way as me, but no one had noticed. I started to see this happen more and more. People would say nice things about my hair or clothes, and Emily would get quiet. I didn't understand why. Emily had always been happy for me. Why was she upset now? Then, one evening, everything changed. Mom said to me, "Davina, your hair is getting more beautiful every day." Emily was there and heard it. Suddenly, she got up and ran out of the room. Mom and I were surprised. "Stay here, Davina. I'll go see what's wrong," Mom said and followed Emily. I sat there, feeling worried and confused. After a while, Mom came back with Emily. Emily's eyes were red like she had been crying. "Emily has something to tell us," Mom said, looking at Emily. Emily took a deep breath. "I'm sorry, Davina. I've been feeling jealous. You always get compliments, and it feels like no one sees me. I'm happy for you, but I miss being noticed, too." Hearing this made me feel sad. I didn't want Emily to be unhappy. She had been my biggest support. "I didn't know you felt that way, Emily. I'm sorry," I said. "We can find a hairstyle that's special for you." Emily shook her head. "No, you don't have to change for me. I just needed to tell you how I felt. We can still help each other." So, we decided to do that. We would spend time together, doing our hair and picking out clothes. We wanted to make sure we both felt special and happy. That evening, Emily and I sat together in her room, surrounded by hairstyling tools, makeup, and clothes. We decided to start afresh, focusing on creating unique styles for each of us. We wanted to celebrate our individuality while also appreciating each other's company. Emily picked out a shirt and a skirt for herself, a combination of deep blue and gray that complemented her eyes and hair. "How about this for tomorrow?" she asked, holding the clothes against herself. "It looks great on you, Emily." "The colors are perfect," I replied, genuinely impressed. She smiled, her mood visibly lightening. For me, I chose a soft peach blouse and a cream-colored skirt. It was a bit different from what I usually wore, but I liked the change. Emily helped me try different hairstyles until we found one that suited me perfectly, a low bun with a few loose strands framing my face. "We should do this more often, picking out outfits and doing each other's hair," Emily suggested. "I'd love that," I agreed. "It's more fun when we do it together." Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.